Hey everyone, how you doing today? I would show you a new little Merc ship I've been working on. It's kind of the, I don't know exactly what to call it yet, a Merc, it might be an MX numbered something or other, but I kind of ran out of numbers. But it's designed to be a POI fighter, or ground-based POI fighter for the most part. And go over some of the things on it. So to start with, it is Core 9, how it sits right now. I do have it outfitted on how I intended to load it out with, and that's running 8 medium plasma cannons. Then it has 3 Gatling turrets. There's a Gatling turret on each outer wing, and there's one up on the lower nose area of the ship here. Now it also does have 2 additional launcher positions that will be right in there. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but it does have a legit long-range radar on it currently, at least. And all the thrusters on here are the 1x3 plasma variants, except for the 2 in the nose area. These are the cheapest ones, the 1x1 ions. And these are basically shoot me thrusters over here. The actual strafing thruster is back over here. Not very powerful in the old strafing scheme here. So right now the hull is built of steel, except there is probably about 8 hardened steel blocks on it. However, I think I'm going to I'll upgrade a lot of this nose area to hardened steel on the front. I also kind of set up the, it is running a prefab cockpit, but I kind of got it set up so when you exit the cockpit, you could instantly turn around and drop right back into the ship. Now, I don't have the interior even touched, or, well, I just have parts laying around right now, so I can add up the CPU numbers and things like that and test the power on it, see how that's working out. So it's I'm able to make this ship function properly with 2 1x3 generators, and that's allowing you to fly around on the planet surface while charging the shield at the same time with not having any power issues. In fact, it hangs right around 80% power usage doing that. Now, it does not have any additional shield parts in it currently. Does not have a warp drive in here or really anything else yet. It's going to need ammo storage and some utility stuff like a trauma station and O2 and probably a clone chamber yet. But yeah, that's kind of the general take on it. The front nose area is pretty hard. Well, it's a lot tougher than the Scar Hornet, which is the SV I've been using in gameplay. And I've got a weird thing going on in the front here. This is the, let's see if it's going to tell me the name here. Let me get out my multi-tool. Get the name right here. This is the canopy force field. This is meant to go over the cockpit, and it does fit over the cockpit. I originally put it there, but looking at the pudgy nature of this ship with that big old roundy, bubbly cockpit thing over the top of it, it looked like it was something out of a cartoon, and I couldn't deal with it. So where the cockpit is, there's a lot of blocks between like the POI, which would be hopefully over there, down on the bottom side, and you. So it's actually got quite a lot of potential armor there already. So what I did is I still wanted to use this canopy because it's got a huge amount of hit points, 22,500 hit points. So I kind of slammed it in over here. So there's a big old cockpit canopy flipped upside down, and yeah, kind of covering the bottom. The back of it's right here, and the front of it's right there. And I'm trying to hide it for the most part, and also that core is not going to be there, so don't worry about that. That's just temporary. So anyway, some extra hit points over there. Also, the wing parts do have some hit points as well. Not close to, comparatively speaking, to the canopy cover, and that's why I wanted to use it. And I also, I was actually thinking about like doing a little cheat with these things and like put more into the build because of their hit points. And I'm glad to actually find this out. There's only one allowed per build with these canopies, so you can't like stack them up into like a layered wall of hit points, basically. So that's cool. I'm actually totally cool with that. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of how this thing is. So current specs, 38 forward. Strafing, again, kind of sucks. 11 strafing, 47 lift, 38 reverse, 19 down. Secondary numbers are all right. It's responsive enough flying it around. it's kind of got a smooth flight to it, and I kind of actually like that. It feels pretty good flying this around. It's not twitchy. I don't really like to have things necessarily twitchy either. It's just, you know, I don't like to have them too sluggish either. But yeah, it's definitely meant to be more of a tanky type of SV versus like the Hornet. The Hornet was not a tanky SV. It was different setup there. And this one again is going to have that interior space again with two, which I kind of missed on the Hornet. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with this. As in the CPU specs, where it's sitting right now, it's very close to Core 9 right now. So only about a little over 500 available CPU points left. I'll have to see how things work out with that. Trying to get like a trauma station and a clone chamber, and of course the ammo storage in the build. It does not have a warp drive. I think I mentioned that already. Now, when I do build out the interior, though, I got room like on one of these side areas, I think, where I can slop in a warp drive. Now, what I'll do is I'll probably set it up to go beyond Core 9. And so you can put in a warp drive, maybe a fusion reactor, additional shield parts, additional CPU cores, and that kind of thing. So you can go take it up beyond a Core 9. I don't know if it's going to go all the way to Core 17 or not. I'm not sure on that one yet, but I'll definitely have it so you can upgrade it beyond where it's at. Now, another thing, the only other thing I'm looking at right now is I love the long-range radar, but I really, really badly want to have a turret on the top side of this build, simply because what I anticipate it being used for is to go shoot up some ground-based POIs. Once you get the defenses down, often you're going to be running and gunning inside those POIs, and I want this to be able to shoot down any drones that might just, you know, come by and blow up your SV when you're inside a POI. So that's why I was thinking about ripping that out and putting a turret there instead. But then I have no idea where to put the radar. So that's been a little bit of a thing. Now I could remove these two side turrets as well. They're not really needed, I don't think. And that would save some more CPU, especially the CPU for one of these at least. Like if this was put here, that went somewhere else, and again, I blew this on where right now, but if it went somewhere else, then I would have a little more CPU to work with the interior stuff as well. Probably not enough CPU to put in a warp drive though. So I don't know about that. I'm trying to again keep the firepower as strong as I can for the CPU, but I'm also trying to make sure that this is a lot more durable than say the Scar Hornet when fighting stuff. Plus, running, you know, because it's Core 9 and not like a more of a Core 7 build, the guns are more powerful rather than the light plasma guns. It's got the mediums. Woohoo! But other than that, pretty much the same story. It does have I should say four additional launcher points right over here though too. So you could add like a set of laser guns or rail guns or something else on there if you wanted to. Or I don't think you can stack these anymore. I think they're part limited at 8 of these mediums, so you really couldn't get any more of those on the build anyway. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the build. Please let me know what you think. Yeah, first SV I built in a while again. I used to build a lot of SVs. I pulled up some from the past. I think the latest Merc that I built, I think, is this one, the MX-7. And this was actually, I think, a good 2 years old at least already. And then, like, here's an oldie, the MX-5. It was kind of fixed up. It did go through a re-outfitting, kind of redid that build a while back. And then, I pulled up a couple oldies here, the MX-12H and the MX-14. And then I kind of reminiscent, basically, I remember that I used to really like to build SVs, and they were a lot of fun to build SVs. And then I realized why I don't like to build SVs anymore after like working on that newest one yet. Is like, look what you used to be able to do without breaking any rules on an SV. Like look at all these thrusters and guns and the size of it and the fact that like this whole thing is made of like hardened steel and layered thick in places and stuff like that. And And this one's even more insane with the armor. This has got a double hull layer across the board on it. It's got like a whole row of like leg shot armor on the bottom and on the top and on the sidewalls, all around the interior area, and just everything's. I mean, it's. But this used to be what you were able to build for SVs. I mean, of course, they were expensive in game. You know, they long build time, a lot of resource costs for an SV. But yeah, you used to be able to do this kind of thing. It was great for a builder because you could do things. You could kind of like, yeah, hey, you know, I envisioned a great big old Psycho SV, and I could build that, and I'm not like breaking any rules. But now when you look at one of these, like this MX-14 here, which is not as big as the MX-15 or 18, which I don't have here at the time or subbed, but take a look at the CPU on this thing. 100,000 CPU. I think even when you go to Core 17 with all the cores possible, I think you can only get to like 36 or 38,000 CPU, if that, at tops. And this is 100,000 CPU. And this one's probably way up there too. Probably not quite as bad. Okay, so this one's just under 70,000 CPU. It's just, yeah, I do miss the days when you could do these kinds of things and build these kinds of builds. And now it's like now it's like you come up with something like this size, which is like practically a quarter of the size of one of those over there, with way less stuff. And it's like already maxed out. And it just... I don't know what else to say. It just it did really take the fun out of building SVs to me. And now typically I'm kind of doing this also to get a last minute entry into the challenge. So I think I can finish this ship up fairly quickly. It's pretty small. The interior shouldn't take that long to build. The texturing shouldn't take that long to do. And the technical specifications are already kind of in place, along with the majority of the hull being built already. It might have a little bit more little deco things and stuff on it, but that's about it. I just kind of wanted it to work in game, and I hope it does. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Just wanted to show you this real quick and see what you think. And other than that, you have yourself a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later.